gospelmusicians.com.
Okay, this is Gospel Musicians coming at you, and here we go with the interface, Pure Sine. All right, the origin of Pure Sine was that we don't just wake up and say we're going to do a plugin. We make music first, and the plugins come from the music that we want to make. So with the gospel and urban type of music, a sine wave is very, very, very important for urban, hip hop, trance, techno, R&B, gospel music. So we have a tutorial already on the UVI in the download, so we're just going to double click and we go to Pure Sine, and we'll just go to the folder called Pure Waveforms. All right, and we'll just go to Sine, double click, and okay, here's the Pure Sine interface. All right, looking good, looking good. So what we do here, this is the Pure Sine. All right. Now, one thing about us is that we're not the kind of people, we do like to tweak, and we are programmers, and we do like to program, but at the same time, we don't like to clutter you up with a whole bunch of different stuff. All right, we don't like to clutter your whole interface, so we just wanted to give you a nice, concise interface dedicated to just the sine waves. All right, so let's go over. Let's say we wanted to make a fat Moog bass. How would we get started making a fat Moog bass? All right, so poly, let's go over some of these. Here's the amplitude. This is the ASDR, sorry. Attack, sustain, delay, release. Classic, we'll show you how to use the amp. They call them the amp. Here's the controls where you get the legato and the glide. We have a sub oscillator right here. And this is where you control how it reacts. So for example, let's put it in poly mode. And let's turn legato off. Let's turn the glide all the way down. Here's just a regular poly mode, meaning polyphonic. That's your classic sine, your R&B. That's classic. So, but if I want to add a little swag to it, I turn the glide on, and I turn the legato on. All right, and that gives me a little swag. I said swag. So hear that whoop, whoop, whoop. If I turn it off, it goes just regular, but when I turn that legato on, it's like give me swag. So that's how that works right there. So now say I wanted to go mono, and I go to mono, and now that gives me that classic. Now, Portamento 1 and Portamento 2 is really, really slightly different. Portamento 1 allows you to basically, it only does the legato slide when you're playing the instruments legato. When we say play instruments legato, that means you hold one like that. Notice I'm holding one. Like that. But Portamento 2 does the swag glide on everything. I don't have to hold it in Portamento. It just does it. It just does it. And notice when I slide, one continuous. That's one of the reasons why we decided to use the UVI workstation, because you don't need to do scripting to do the portamento glide legato thing. There's no scripting. It's built into this. And in Contact, you got to do a lot of scripting. It's tons and tons of lines of scripting just to do what's already built into the UVI workstation. So that's your classic. Now you can change this rate. This is your let's see how fast that is. And then we watch this. This is just goes all the way up there. So for a nice sine wave, we could take it just down right here. And then we have the sync button that will allow the LFO to sync with your DAW for the classic wobble bass type of thing. All right. So let's make a fat Moog bass. All right. So once again, when you're doing sine waves, you can take your sustain and you can take your sustain, and you don't really need that much of a release, and your decay all the way up because you want it to be consistent. Now let's make a fat Moog bass. All right. So what we would do is turn the sub oscillator on to give our sub oscillator, and we take the octave down. And on our EQ, let's take some of the highs down and take the bass up slightly and take this up. And then we automatically got a fat Moog bass. Woo! It just slides like a real. That's it, boy. Classic Sine, Pure. Now, if you want to add a little swag to it, you turn this on. This is the octo. The octo gives you, obviously what it says, an octo from 12 semitones up or a whole octave up, and it gives you a nice feel. So watch this when we turn it on. That's fat. It just slides. Now, if you really want to get that wobble bass effect, and let's turn the rate down a little bit, that gives you that fat wobble bass that you hear in all the pop records and on the radio. Oh, and we turn this up. Now remember, you can sync. So if I right click here and I'm learning, so we clear it and I right click and I'm moving a control. Actually, let me move a control. I'm moving it. So I'm syncing it to my DAW now. So watch this. Now let me sync this one to another knob. And we got just straight swag on. All right, so now I just hold. Let's take the octave down to get that. Remember, with this, I can click the sync, and the sync will sync to my DAW. So if I'm doing a beat, boom, that's That's crazy. And then we can turn the rate up a little bit with my... That's straight crazy. Remember, these are not samples. These are not samples. This UVI Workstation and Mach 5 have built in it a synthesizer. These are not samples. These are real waves that are produced with synthesis, not samples. All right? Yes, sir. All right, so. And then we can clear it. There we go. So. So the good thing about this is that I can still move this with the mouse and keep it up and not use my mod wheel. So that's the crazy bass up there. Now, this other stuff that you can make with a sine wave that you don't even realize. Remember the 808? Let's kick this bass up a little bit. I don't want to mess up my speakers. So here's where you go to the amplitude and go. Take this down. Yeah. So I can make a nice 808 kick. So let's just take this down. Take this all the way down. Take it, give me a little more attack. A little bit too much. You gotta take the attack a little bit. Take that pop out of there, you gotta go. Oh, the reason why the pop is there is because there we go. So now what you want to do is you want to layer your kick with a regular drum to gives it that ohm. So when I'm going low notes, so I still don't like that. Let's take the portamento off. That's why it's making that. We're making on poly. And then we got the sub oscillator, so it's a sine wave, so it's gonna be fat and low, however you want it. So and let's go mono on this one. Now, if you want to make a kick drum, you just take these all the way down. You want to make a kick. And remember, the kick is going to be tuned so you can do kicks based on your kick. You can make a kick drum with this just by using the ADSRs. We take the sub all the way up. We take the bass all the way up, so it's going to be low as you can go. So now you can make a kick drum. Let's turn it up a tad. And then we take this down a little bit. You can open it up a little bit by just doing this. And then take it way down so you can really get a nice. Remember, it's going to be tuned, so what you want to do, you can layer your kick with your bass together so they're perfectly in tune, gives you that more professional sound. Or you can underpin this sine kick with a regular kick drum, acoustic kick drum, to add some more feel to it, and it's tuned so you can. All right, so just so we didn't, let's go over some of the. We added some effects that are built into Mach 5, which is like a talk box effect. That's crazy. what I like is that let's go to the sine wave. Let's go to a lead again, and let me show you the. Let's see. Let's turn this on a little bit. Take the rate down a little bit. So there, we got the rate. Now, check this out. The cool thing about UVI is that they have effects already built in. So if I go here and I go to the master, no, it has effects that you can already add. So you can add effects on top of that. The effects are already built in, and you can adjust some more of the effects already here by moving over, so we can take the wet dry down, so we can make it not so wet, just a little bit. So take it down a little bit more, even look right here, just a little. There we go. So we go back here, and then we take this rate up. So. Go. So if you want just a little slight delay, let's just make it analog tape delay. Let's go all right here, just not too much, just enough. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right, so let's go back. Boom, boom. Go back to some pads. We got a lot of pads here. We can make it. You can actually make a piano. It's weird. Look at this. Look at the ADSR, ASDR, the amp. So. So yeah, you can actually make a piano. Square pad. Now we added some more waveforms to pure waveforms. We added triangle, square, saw, and we mixed some stuff. Just in case you was, I just could hear somebody saying right now, man, it would be nice if you had other waveforms. So imagine what this sounds like on the bass. Up, down. Whoa, that's a little too loud, but that's crazy. That's crazy right there. Let's turn this. It's crazy. Now, remember, it has other effects. So if I want to add some more effects, just say add effect. And we add a little bit of reverberation, simple reverb. Background verb. Take the mix down. So you can add your own effects, all built into this workstation. That's what makes this thing pretty cool, man. UVI is pretty cool. All right. So what other stuff do we have? Let's look at some of the drums that we made. A classic 808. Click it one time, you go back to the same category. Here's a kick. Want to open it up a little more, and you double click and you can actually enter in the value. Okay, so 808 basic. So you get your classic 808. So think about it. Let's look at the categories. For urban music, you get those blips, spaceships, slide downs, that crazy stuff. There, let me let you. So you get that crazy stuff. You get your classic leads, tons of leads. Wormy. You get your tons of leads. You get your kick, you get your pure sine sub oscillator kick. It doesn't get any more pure than the kick. You get your 808, you got your drums, you got your crazy LFOs. Now we added some different LFO forms just in case you wanted to do some crazy stuff. So watch this. A little alien. And then chaos. So we added the LFOs for you. So we added some special LFOs right here for you so you can have access to that. So pretty much this is the Urban Essential. And now let's get to the specials. The specials is, I can't even believe I'm showing y'all this because this is so secret. But this is called the Urban Sine Full Stack. What that consists of is a dark EP, electric piano, strings with the sine wave. And it's classic. You ready? Classic. When you're singing with when it's just a soloist, and I'm gonna show you this later, and you're just doing some crazy stuff with this is the classic stack. This is when you see R&B gigs and you see Beyonce and you look in the back and they're playing the keys, this is the stack they use. When you listen to live urban R&B hip hop concerts and the guy is playing this big full stack of keys, this is what he's playing. This is the signature secret sound, and I gave it to you. I called it Urban Sine Full Stack. It's just... Let's add a little bit more portamento to over-accentuate it. It's a little too much. Oh, that's beautiful. That's the thing you hear on the beginning of my gospelmusicians.com. When you're like, what is that sound? That's the sound. So played with the right chords, it's just fat. You can play this thing all day. This one sound is like worth the price of this. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So I have other versions though. I have the EP and just the sine. So if you don't want the full stack, I just got the EP and the sine. So it's just the electric piano and the sine just stacked up. All right. So without the strings, just if you want to get that dark, warm feel. All right, so it's loading up. Bam, ready? Here you go. That's a nice EP by itself, actually. Whoa, that's nice. So then we just do a sine string stack. This is nice too, because it's just the strings and the sine wave. So this by itself is cool too. That's hot, man. And then the stack low strings. Oh yeah, so what I did, instead of having a high pitched string, I got like a darker string, almost like a pad. So that's just done with EQing, no big deal. So you ready? Want to hit? Here you go. Here you go. Just light strings. That's hot, man. So we double click, go. The TalkBox stuff is pretty cool. I like this engine. It's nice. Got the vowels. See how easy you can make this stuff, man. You can just... So let's go over some more stuff. Leads. We got a lot of leads, man. Sine robot. What is that? Pure square. We got the other waveforms. You hear this in R&B too. Knock some of those highs off a little bit. Just knock these down a little bit. You got the EQ right here. Hear that? You hear that a lot. So I could see for an urban musician, this plugin being on every single one of your tracks. Like every track you can use a fat, deep Moog bass. Oh, let's go over some of these basses. Basses are crazy. Now remember, there's no samples except for the stack. There's no samples. These are all produced by synthesis. All right, these are all produced by synthesis, and the West Coast saw. Let me see. They're pure. I mean, these are pure sine basses, octo bass. Ooh, I love those octos. Deep saw. It's that West Coast. This is really that. Listen to that slide. I don't think you guys who don't do programming, you really don't know the benefit or how rare it is. This glide portamento slide glide thing, like try and put your motif. Try and do this with your motif. You won't get that. You'll get this. You'll get that. Try and get that with your motif, or try and get that with some of your keyboards. There are very few keyboards and very few samplers that allow this control of that constant. No lifting, no re-triggering. That's very, very rare. And this is one of the reasons why I came on the board with UVI, because, man, I couldn't deny, my ability to make the sample libraries that needs that sound, that has to have that sound. And I'm like, that's crazy right there. then the interface is simple enough for you to use. So here we go. Gospel musicians, we're coming at you with Pure Sine. This is a tutorial going over the interface, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys purchase it. All right. God bless.
For more fat clips, go to gospelmusicians.com.